what all led up to you moving from Switzerland, this amazing country, to the UAE?
Security and safety was one of the main reasons.
This is probably going to set a lot of people off, but let's see what he has to say. 72%.
That's quite wild.
And this goes back to my situation where the guys that attacked me were not Swiss.
That's a big misconception. You have no income tax. That's true. But
what if I wanted to move to the UAE and start a business?
No problems. You have to think about the future and probably, make decisions now until it's too late. This is also an interesting story in Switzerland. And in Switzerland, there's a big problem. Swiss police can't do anything about it because big secrecy.
That is crazy, man. I personally think it's going good. A lot of people will not like me for even saying that.
You have to admit there are also a lot of good things which Trump did and is doing.
Europe should take a page. People are going to destroy me. Perfect explanation. See, I love this. That's a culture in the UAE.
I was judged a lot from people for moving here. How dare you to go to such a place? Things are changing fast and we have to change or we will have big problems.
Welcome back to the Rust Podcast. Today we are here with Dr. Grünenfelder. Brother, I hope I got that name right. I apologize if I butchered it. But
no problem.
Basically, he is a gentleman from Switzerland who has decided to move to the UAE. That's enough of me. I'll go ahead and let him introduce himself in his own words.
Thank you for having me, Ross. Nice to be with you here at this podcast. That's correct. My name is Dr. Basil Grünenfelder, or just Dr. Basil, so they call me here in the UAE. And yes, I'm a Swiss citizen living here in the UAE and doing business here. And like the sun in Switzerland, it's not the weather is not so nice like here, but here very good. 30 degrees now, sun is shining.
I'll tell you right here now, brother, at this time of year, it's you can kind of see out my window. It's cold and rainy and windy. But other than that, hey, it's time for some fondue very soon. So there's a question I have for you. One, because you're from Switzerland. And which part of Switzerland are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
From Basel. That's in the north of Switzerland. So agglomeration of Basel. I grew up there, yeah.
Your name is Basel. I've been once, but you're to the airport. Okay. Your name's Basel, and you're from Basel. Let's get that straight.
Correct, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Basil from Basel, yeah.
It's the small things in life, you know what I mean? Well, that's cool, man. So tell me kind of like what it was like for you growing up in Switzerland. Because as you know, for me, I am American, but I've lived in Switzerland for a few years now, but I wasn't born and raised here. So I just kind of want to get your take.
So what can I say? I think I had a very nice childhood in Switzerland. I grew up in the good times of Switzerland, I would say, and not as many people as today, and still very good education. And just I had a good childhood. And later, as a Swiss man, you have to go to military. Perhaps you want to talk about this also. That was a quite interesting experience for me, Swiss military. But everything was very good, I would say, compared to other places on this planet.
Yeah, one thing I will say, I really like the fact that you can, or that it's kind of a requirement for you to go to the military. I think it makes much more discipline. I think it gives the younger generation like a more grasp of like what it's like growing up in the world as a whole. I really like it. My brother-in-law is actually, he went through the service and he's also still working for the military police as well. So he loves it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Swiss military police, no one likes them. I think in the military.
No one likes them.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they come and charge you. They are waiting at the railway station and look if you're tenue, if you're wearing your uniform correctly.
Yes.
So
I'm gonna have to ask him
That's
about that the
that.
next time I'm having a fondue with him.
Yeah.
I see
Okay.
him
Okay.
this weekend actually, so I'm gonna talk to him about
Okay.
it. Well, right
So
on,
I'm
man.
not in the Swiss military anymore, so no problem for
So
me.
you can say it now. You can
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it.
I can say everything about the Swiss military.
Yeah. So you were in the service. You are born, raised in Switzerland, but
I
things have gotten different, and you have moved to the UAE.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, what? Yeah, I think Switzerland has changed since my childhood until now. A lot of more people are living in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Demographics are other or are different than what would I can I say 2000. Uh, Now criminality, I think, has risen, and yeah, things are changing in Switzerland. Not as fast as in Germany, but yeah, they are changing.
Well, I have something to actually say about this myself because I have lived a lot of different places, especially in the US. I've been to some really, really bad places when I was younger, and I always kept my guard up, just in like these sketchy, bad places. I moved to Switzerland, and I'm in one of the safest places in the world. So I thought. And one night I was leaving from one of my friend's house, and we had just made a fondue, one of the best ever. Not to mention fondue for like the third time in this video. But anyways,
Okay.
and I was on the bus. It was around 10:30 p.m. I was scrolling through burger menus for a new burger place to go with my wife. And a guy comes up behind me and starts yelling at me. Uh, it was French, but it like horrible French. And I speak some French, mais c'est nul. Mon français c'est nul. It's really bad, but I
Okay,
can
okay.
usually understand what people are saying. But the way he came up to me was super belligerent and just awful, yelling in my face. And then not too long after that, he pulls a knife out and starts swinging at
Oh,
me,
go.
like in my face. He
Okay.
cuts my jacket. He hits my phone. It breaks my phone. And needless to say, it was the scaredest I've ever been in my life. And the way it was, you know how the buses are situated. Well, you have the glass, and then you have the bar in front, and there's nowhere
Yeah,
to go. And he's blocking
yeah,
me in. So I basically
yeah.
put
You're
my
trapped.
feet up. Yeah, trapped. But I put my feet up, and I kind of like kick him in the chest to kick him down. And I had a tumbler where I kept like my drink in, and it was like a beer bag, and I had that, and I just used that. So he went down, but after that amount of time, then his buddies also grabbed him and pulled him away, and then other people on the bus separated us. The driver then
Okay.
stops the bus, locks all the doors so that they can't get out, and calls the police. And long story short, we go to court. There was another guy that he had mugged as well there in the same like trial as me. And they asked him, I asked like, why did you do it? Because I didn't know. And apparently he was trying to mug me, and he wasn't happy that he was not able to mug me on the bus. But he did mug the other guy. So he went to, I
Okay.
think the papers were sent and said that I think he went to jail for 2 years. All of this to say,
Okay.
he wasn't Swiss. Neither were his buddies. And the cops found, after we went to do the police report later, they found like, you know that movie Scream, the old horror movie. Well, anyways, the big knife that he used is like
Okay.
about this long. They found that each one of them had a knife. Now the guy that attacked me, his knife was only like this long. Still not enough to do
Yeah.
damage in my
You,
face and my neck
you're
and
lu
stuff. Yeah.
you're lucky that you're still alive. So
Yeah, I mean, that was the
yeah.
scariest I've ever been. I'll admit it. But what's crazy is that was Switzerland. And I've been into the slums of New York City. I've been into the slums of Dallas, Texas, which there are slums in Dallas, Texas. Bad places in New Mexico, you name it. I've been in a lot of different places. Always had my guard up. It wasn't until I let my guard down in Switzerland, Lausanne, just to be, so you know, that I actually had that amount of an attack on me.
But you have to say there are different parts of Switzerland. Some of them are worse concerning criminality than others. I think Basel, Geneva, and Lausanne, they are quite bad also in the statistics. But like Canton of Zug or the Canton of Schwyz, they are much better concerning criminality. So not every part of Switzerland is the same. I have to admit that. But if you're growing up in Basel, or you're growing up in Lausanne, I think you get very soon in contact with people which are not up to any good. So
I see. Kind of like these guys were that night for me.
Yeah. But very interesting. They got sentenced to 2 years in jail.
From the last I heard from the papers that they sent me in the mail, yes, 2 years, I believe, is what.
Okay.
This happened a while back. Something like that. Even community service as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he had multiple offenses. Multiple offenses. And that was not the first time that he had been there. So I think at a certain point, I don't know if it's like it is in the US up until recently, where they have this cashless bail, and people get bailed out. There's multiple cases of, well, I don't know if you saw what happened recently to the girl on the bus from Ukraine, the gentleman that,
it was very horrible.
Awful. It's just, but the thing is, you know, he had been in and out of the system 14 times. 14 times he was caught and released. And then, well, that's what happens. So
yeah, I think that are the limits. And I see this problem also in Switzerland, because in Switzerland, there we have also a lot of problem with concerning extradition of criminal offenders to certain countries on this earth. So I was working once for a criminal court in Switzerland, and I saw it firsthand.
Really?
What this means in perhaps people or offenders from Algeria. It's very hard to extradite them to Algeria, because the Algerian government says, I don't take back any offender if he's extradited by police from Switzerland. I take them only back if they go to the airplane by themselves and do this voluntarily. So yeah.
Who's gonna do that though?
Yeah.
Who would willingly go? That's not what the system is. Like, if you do wrong, there's consequences, and that's that. There's no do wrong, oh, but this, oh, but that, oh, but this, oh, I'm a victim for doing bad things. I don't get it. And it's so sad to see it in Switzerland. Switzerland, of all places, is wild to me. Really.
Yeah.
So but anyways. Go ahead.
But then, if I tell the story here in the UAE to some people, they can't believe it. It's like they are thinking I'm a crazy guy if I tell them this story. So that's quite interesting. Only I was at the barber 2 days ago, and then I talked with him, and he was a Lebanese guy, and he said to me, Lebanese guy here in the UAE said to me, I heard that Switzerland has changed. I have a lot of friends who are living in Switzerland, and they told me things are getting worse there also, not only in Germany, but also in Switzerland. And this one was one of the first encounters that someone here knew about the situation, or how things are slowly changing also in Switzerland.
This is so sad to me, brother, because Switzerland's gorgeous. I love this country. I do.
Yeah.
It's such a gorgeous place. And then, like, after this happened, it kind of tainted it for me a bit. But, you know, because I make these videos on TikTok as well, and but it's like you just said, certain parts of Switzerland are different. And everyone's like, you need to move out of where you're at to like this part of Switzerland or this part of Switzerland. I'm like, okay, but I like my lake. You know, Lake Geneva is
Yeah,
beautiful, but I mean,
yeah.
it's sad to see. It's sad to experience, and yeah, man, it's wild. So, is this situation part of what sent you over to the UAE, or what all led up to you moving from Switzerland, this amazing country, to the UAE?
So yes, don't get me wrong. Switzerland is a beautiful country, and I love Switzerland too. There are many good things, and I had some really good. I have experiences in Switzerland. My family still lives there, so not everything is bad. But you have to admit, and I think that's a big problem of Swiss people, that they can't admit that things are also changing in Switzerland. So this first, and yes, security and safety was one of the main reasons why I moved here to the UAE, because here things are completely different. I never had any troubles here, never had any problems, or never saw any violence on the street here. And this was very different in Switzerland, where I witnessed this several times. So yeah.
They're very strict in the UAE. Have been to Abu Dhabi and Dubai. I wasn't living there, but I was there for almost, it was like 3 weeks. And man, it's pristine. They keep everything so pristine, and everyone is so polite. It's such an amazing place. It's almost like the place of the future. And I think of the first time I came to visit Switzerland, I had this same feeling as well, where it's very clean and just all of this. But you know, you sent me an article.
I think this is quite a good article for someone of the United States or from a different country to read, and it's just an extract of the situation in Switzerland. So burglary, I think, is a very, very big topic, especially in the cantons which are near the border. So the canton of Basel-Stadt, or the canton of Basel-Land, or the canton of Vaud or Geneva, down there at the Lake Geneva. So not a big problem in the center of Switzerland, but a big problem at the border.
Do you mind if we just watch this real quick, and then you can kind of tell the audience what he's saying?
Sie haben von uns die Praline, die wir auf die Weihnachten bekommen haben sie hier nachher am Tisch seelenruhig noch gegessen, bevor sie auch wieder gegangen sind.
Yes, that's quite interesting. He says that they ate the pralines which they got at Christmas there at the table before they left. So
so they stole his chocolate and everything.
Yeah, they stole his chocolate and ate it there at his table before they left. So yeah,
that's just disrespectful. At least take it away.
Yeah. So, but it matches Swiss chocolate. They ate it there, and then they left the house again. So,
Swiss chocolate's just so good that they couldn't even get out of the house before they ate it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Too good. So yeah, I think that's a good example. Yeah, you can laugh about it, and make jokes, but in the end, I think for every victim, and there are, in this article in Sweden, that there are 100 burglaries a day, so there are also 100 victims, and I think that's a side of the story no one talks about. Because if you have 100 victims a day in Switzerland, you also have 100 insurance cases, I think.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's no wonder that the insurance prices are going also up every year if the situation is not handled by the state, and if the state doesn't give any security at all. And I think in the end, normal people like you and me are paying the price for this.
Yes.
And
yeah.
Now this was one.
As a disclosure, me personally, I'm not paying in, but my wife pays a big lump sum of it, because we get nothing from the system. Technically, I'm an immigrant here in Switzerland, right? because
Yeah.
my wife, she's Swiss. I'm here. I get nothing, but I also me personally don't pay into taxes, but my wife does. So, but as a Swiss citizen, you end up paying so much more. In fact, you also sent me another article on, where is it? Let's see. Yeah, this for the taxpayers here.
Yeah, the Memorial Day for the taxpayers. So in Switzerland, everyone says our situation is not as bad as in Germany, and this is I think this is true. This is true, but it is still bad in some areas. Or if you're talking about taxes, I think in Switzerland there was it's written in this article that I think you give in the end, if you add it all up, if you add up taxes, if you add up duties, you're giving also I think 44% of your income to the state.
49% work for the government. This does not include the Swiss. So it says 49% here, but let me go ahead and go on down. Anyone watching can also pause and read this if you want. I wanted to give the overall of it. This is basically the article here, which is the 45% Geneva pays. 45% is a lot. From Zug, so it's 22.9% from Zug, and then Geneva can also pays up to 45%. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's a lot of taxpayer money.
Yeah. So situation is different. The canton of Zug also here is a lot better than the canton of Geneva, but I think this 45%, yeah, that's a good number to orientate yourself. In Germany, it's worse. I think there is 52% or something like this. But in the end, in Switzerland, you're all also almost working half of the year for the government. And I think here also Swiss people are not talking about this fact.
Right.
And
no one wants to talk about
if you're
it.
paying, and if you're talking on one side about these taxes and the amount of these taxes, but on the other side, the state or the Swiss government doesn't deliver anymore the same quality as before or as 20 years ago. Right. This doesn't add up.
Because
and this is also
this. Yeah. It all goes to this, which is wild.
Yeah,
it's really crazy.
And if you're looking where the Swiss government also spends its money, there are also a lot of good articles. So in Germany, they also make jokes about that they are financing cycling tracks in Peru with German tax money. But if you're looking it up in Switzerland, Swiss government is also paying a lot of things outside of Switzerland, which are you can't believe if you read it. So I think there are stories from financing some programs in Africa for farming programs in Africa to reduce CO2 globally. But Swiss tax money is spent there to reach this goal. And in the end, no one can.
We have the same.
See where they're.
I know the US had the same with a bunch of these NGOs. And the thing is, even if the intentions are good, this money goes through so many different buckets before it actually gets to the intended NGO or what it's actually supposed to be for. No one knows about it. You know, they think, oh, if I just give this money, this person over here is going to get it. They'll show a sad face of a starving kid or something like this, you know, all these different things. And it's just not the case, unfortunately. Not every single case, but as the overall, there's so much money going into people's pockets before it reaches that initiative. And it's sad to see. I just want to show this before we move on. You sent me this video of Mr. DJT over here. This is probably going to set a lot of people off.
According to the Council of Europe in 2024, almost 50% of inmates in German prisons were foreign nationals or migrants. In Austria, the number was 53% of the people in prisons were from places that weren't from where they are now. In Greece, the number was 54%, and in Switzerland, beautiful Switzerland, 72% of the people in prisons are from outside of Switzerland. When your prisons are filled with so-called asylum seekers who repaid kindness, and that's what they did, they repaid kindness with crime. It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you, I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
Man, you heard the clip? I know you've watched the clip, but
Yeah.
well, first of all, 72%.
That's quite wild.
72%. Almost 3/4 is from non-Swiss. And I told you, and this goes back to my situation where the guys that attacked me were not Swiss. 72% is unacceptable. I don't understand how this is good anywhere. And you know, well, let me go back to this. I get a little wound up sometimes. First of all, what people think of Donald Trump is neither here nor there. One thing I say about him is his delivery. I think this is what is his detriment. Is this right here?
Going to hell.
The way he delivers, I think, is what has caused him a lot of grief from the media side, but also, you know, you have the battles within the government as well. But yeah, man, 72% is just absolutely crazy to me that this is even a possibility, and I just don't get it. It just makes no sense to me.
And in Switzerland, they were debating afterwards because the number is true. It's even 72.5%. So it's a little bit more than that he said.
They don't like that. They don't like to look bad. It's all about optics. Everything's about optics, not truth or fact. It's all smoke and mirrors. I will say this. I was taking out my trash the other day, and I saw an old man walking towards me. Old man. And he had a red hat on. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. And sure enough, I looked at it, and it said, "Make Switzerland great again." I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's pretty funny. Whatever side you're on, whatever. I don't like to look at it as sides anymore. I like to look at it as, man, just do the right thing for your people. Do the right thing to everyone else. Treat each other as you want to be treated. This is something I like to live by. But I just thought it was funny that he had a red hat on that said, "Make Switzerland great again." It was interesting. It was interesting to see. But I mean, stuff in the UK, I mean, we just talked about Switzerland. It's not small we're talking about here. It's not small. It's a lot of places, and people want to be so politically correct that we're letting political correctness overtake common sense and just doing the right thing. You know, people's feelings will get hurt. It's how it is, you know. But anyways, I thought that was really funny. With all of that being said, and I don't want to get into like all the violence and stuff that's happened. I could bring that up, but I want to get more towards like a positive note here, which is what took you to Dubai, and that is your business here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back up. So this is you right here, huh? Dubai Consultant.
That's correct. Yeah. Dubai Consult, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's one website of us, which is focusing on our business setup and helping people moving to the UAE. Yeah. One big major factor was, I think, the sun and the positivity here, because every day when we are standing up here, we are looking out of the mirror and sun is shining.
Yeah.
And this improves your mood, which want to build something, which want to grow as a person, and they are risking something if they are here, and you can feel this literally in the air, and that's doing something with you, which is hard to explain. So this was one major factor why we moved here.
So basically, you kind of saw Switzerland was different than what it used to be, and you wanted to start a family, and you wanted to start a business, and you just thought that the UAE was the place to do it, essentially.
Yeah, we also had a business, or still have a business in Switzerland. This business we are selling until the end of the year, but we also have a business here in the UAE. But yes, I think safety for the family was one main reason. Then also the positivity, taxes. We talked about taxes, or we'll also talk about taxes here in the UAE. This is also a major factor. And I think here in the UAE, everything is getting better day by day.
That's good.
And
I love that
this
place.
fact. Yeah, this fact you can also feel here in the air. So, yeah, these are the key factors why we moved here.
What made you decide to actually start the business? Was it like parallel to you wanting to move, or was it like, you know what, I'm going to move, I'm going to do this thing, I have my doctorates, and I want to start a business. This place is tax-free. What year? Actually, you mentioned this before. It's not actually tax-free in the UAE anymore. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah,
big
that's
misconception.
right. So yeah, that's a big misconception. You have no income tax. That's true, but you have a corporate tax since 2023, and this corporate tax is on gains over 375,000 AED, which is around $100,000. You pay 9% over this threshold. And if your turnaround is under 3 million AED, which is around, I think, $800,000, then until 2026, you also pay no taxes because of the small business relief. But we don't know if this still exists after 2026.
I see. So after 2026, that may be going away, huh? So if I wanted to, I wanted to move to the UAE and start a business without giving out too much, huh?
Yeah. So no problem. You can still come also after 2026, because you can, if you live here, you can pay yourself a salary. And if you pay yourself a salary, this income is totally tax-free. So if you have a company, you make, let's say, 300,000 or 200,000 USD a year, you can pay yourself a salary, let's say 10,000 USD or 15,000 USD a month, and this would be still adequate and be, so you won't have to pay taxes also after 2026. But if you're making millions and millions, you have to pay taxes. Yeah.
Well, at that point, I guess you don't care too much, huh? It's okay.
Yeah.
And at least this is also big too. At least the taxes that you're paying, you kind of know what it's going to, right?
Yeah.
Like, whereas if you're in Switzerland, maybe 72% of it's going to people that shouldn't be going to, or that stuff.
I think here that's a big difference to Switzerland. For me, as a Swiss citizen in Switzerland, when I live there and I pay taxes, I feel very connected to this place. It's like my home country. And if something is going bad there, it's hurting my heart, I think. If I'm here, it's like a trade-off with the government. I get some things and I give some things. So if you're living in the UAE, besides taxes, you have to pay your residence visa. If you're having a company, you have to pay every 2 years a residence visa to the state, and every year you have to pay a license fee to the state. So, and this license fee is also is around a few $1,000s. So
Yeah.
you pay something to the government, but it's like the entry ticket to play here and to enjoy the UAE. So yeah, that's a big difference for me as a Swiss citizen here. If I don't like it anymore, and I think also a lot of other people are thinking the same as me, they are moving again to a different place. But now the trade-off is very good, and you get a lot for your money, and they get also something from you because you're also consuming, you're paying VAT. There is also VAT.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
I know of VAT for sure.
Yes, I think we help people from all around the world coming here, especially German-speaking people. But in the end, we are an authorized partner of different free zones. So we are like between the free zone and the customer. If the customer comes to us, we handle everything for the customer. So business setup, also getting the residence visa, bringing them together with banks, because banking is also a big part or big problem for people when they are coming here to get corporate bank accounts. This is a thing which is not as easy as in Switzerland. So yeah, there it's all about connections. But then so
give you a call basically if you want to start a business in the. What about people from the States? Do you also work with them?
I had no client from the States until this point because most of them are German-speaking people. Yeah. But yes, if someone from the States is coming here, a lot of people from the United States are coming to the UAE. Yeah. Currently, I can also help them. So no big issue. People from the UK, a lot of people from the UK are coming, and a lot of French people. I don't know if you heard about it. French wants plans to tax all its citizens like the US. So taxation by citizenship. So France is also going to do that. And I think a lot of other countries will do the same in the future. When they are recognizing that people are going away from Europe to other places, I think they will introduce that. So also for other people from the UK or Germany or Italy or Spain, I think it's a great. You have to think about this. You have to think about the future and probably, make decisions now until it's too late.
I agree. Now, when you say like taxation for citizens in the U.S., so basically, if I make 100,000 up to USD here in Switzerland, I'm still having to pay taxes back in the States, right? So it's like this, and France wants to do the same.
Yeah, France wants to do the same, and I think there are two countries which do that: the US and Eritrea. And this is also an interesting story. In Switzerland, they are living a lot of asylum seekers from Eritrea. And in Switzerland, there's a big problem because the Eritrean state or the government is going around, and Swiss police can't do anything about it because big secrecy. And they are collecting taxes from Eritrean people in Switzerland, which are here or in Switzerland as asylum seekers. So people can Google that. And
yes, and let's be honest with ourselves. Yes, there are some asylum seekers, but let's put quotes on that. Like, there's not all of them are asylum seekers. They come under the banner of asylum seekers, and it's sad because the people that actually need to seek asylum, well, they're even taken away from as well. It's sad. But what can you do?
I think, So yeah, that's quite interesting if you're talking about taxation and taxation by citizenship.
Yeah.
So yes, and I think also Germany, I think in a few years they will do that, because they now see that a lot of people from Germany are moving out of Germany. A lot of entrepreneurs are going to different places. So yeah, and the only way out then is to get a second citizenship. So
Right.
I heard a lot about US Americans who are getting a second passport and then are canceling their citizenship. But that's quite hard, because I heard about you have to go to the embassy and have a talk. I don't know
Yep.
if you know anything about it. Yeah.
I know a little bit about it, but go ahead and tell me. Maybe you can teach me something.
Oh, no. No, so yeah, I just also heard about it from a few people, that they have to go to the US embassy and talk about it, and if they are sure that they want to give up US citizenship. And yeah, it's a quite hard process to get out of US citizenship and get out of taxation, of worldwide taxation. Yeah.
Wow. So they make it really hard for me to give up my US citizenship if I wanted to. Because I was thinking for a while, do I want to get my dual citizenship, which would take some effort on my part after being married, I think it is, for 7 or 10 years. In any case, I'm past both to my wife, who is Swiss, and I've lived here for 8 years. And I thought about maybe getting my dual citizenship, but I don't know. But I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know the US makes it that hard to actually get out of it, which is wild.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. But I think in Europe, some countries will follow. France will be the first one, and then other ones will follow, and then you can't escape anymore.
You're locked
Then
in,
you can't
man.
escape. Yeah. And I think that's something people have to think about it. They have to think about it now. What does this mean for your freedom?
Yeah,
If a
it's not.
country says you are born here, I don't
Yeah,
care where you're going, I will always tax you.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that are some things.
I
And yeah,
wonder. Go ahead.
and I think this is one major factor that you have to consider, why now building your structure, even as a Swiss citizen, even as a German, even as someone from the UK, Italian. All of these people have to think about 10 years from now. What will be the developments? And I think it's always good to have an alternative and to have a possibility to go to another place, even as a Swiss citizen. And yeah,
Even as
such
a
clients,
Swiss citizen,
yeah. So
it's wild, man. Like,
that's part of our business, to help people to go to or to build alternatives.
yeah. I mean, I'll say even for me, it looks quite appetizing to try to get over to the UAE, and like in this sense. I mean, me personally, I always felt that the UAE is completely tax free, and I guess it was up to some point. I'm like, well, this is nice if you want to start a business, you know. If you're in the position, I'm not currently in the position to, but in the future, maybe because of how everything is going so far. And me as a US citizen, I'm not sure what will happen in the States. I mean, so far, everything looks, from my eyes, like it's going okay. I know people are going to say I'm bad for that, which whatever, you know, but I think steps are being taken in the right direction in the US, even if it looks bad optically and people have a lot of bad things to say about it. I personally feel like good things are happening. Every single thing, maybe not. But as an overall big picture, I personally think it's going good. I know a lot of people will not like me for even saying that, but
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
For sure. Also in Switzerland, yeah. But I think yes, you have to admit there are also a lot of good things which Trump did and is doing, and I can't say anything about it because I'm not in the US. But from my point of view, from here, what I can see, there are a lot of good things. Got a lot of good things happening.
That's good. It's refreshing to hear coming from someone that is outside the US, because it's so easy for us to look at the screens and judge. And let's say if we're talking about, and I mentioned this before, if we're talking about like the ICE stuff, yeah, it sucks to see like how gruesome it is and just how rough they can be. But at the same time, we're looking from afar. You know, the guys that are working, they're getting put through shit every day, nonstop. Does that mean I like to see, you know, these people getting thrown around? No. But this problem is created. Stuff's being done about it. Is it smooth? No. And I think everyone knew it wouldn't be. But as like even with the tariffs and stuff, I mean, Switzerland got what, 39%, which is, from what I hear, they tried to twist Trump's arm and he didn't like that. Or he saw, you know, Switzerland as a very rich country and he's a businessman. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
But in any case, I thought 39% was kind of high for the tariffs. But that aside, overall, for his whole tariff idea, I think it is good for the States. I think if you look at the numbers, if you don't just look at a screen and what people are saying, and you actually go do the research and look at the facts and the numbers, you'll see that this is not all that unfair. What his tariffs were, maybe on Switzerland a little bit. And also I heard that Switzerland ordered some F-35s and they got the aircraft without accessories included. They pulled an Apple and they sold the F-35s without ordnance. I was like, well, but hey, I guess that's how it is, you know? But, yeah, overall, my personal opinion, I think is going the way it should go. And I think Europe should take a page. People are going to destroy me if they see the video. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, yeah, I think that's good. You should tell what you are thinking, and freedom of speech, and throw the things on the marketplace of ideas, and then they can be debated.
Yes.
So then you can check the arguments and talk about everything. But yeah, I think that's also a big problem in Switzerland, that you're not talking about everything. And I think it's no problem if you say to the people. So here in the UAE, you also don't talk about everything, but the UAE doesn't say that you can't talk about everything.
Perfect explanation. See, I love this.
Okay.
That's a culture in the UAE. When I go to the UAE, guess what? I'm not going to be drinking a lot. I'm not a big drinker anyways, but it's a dry country. You respect it. You respect how they do things. You respect the culture of the country that you're in. I'm in Switzerland. I'm a proud Texan. I don't have my flag hanging off of the balcony because where am I? I'm in Switzerland. I'm gonna hang that square flag, you know? And, you know, I made a video about this too, and people were like, "Oh, you're a horrible person." Like, what do you mean? Like, how can you argue this point? So, yes, they don't say that they have free speech. If you talk bad about the leaders, okay, don't do that. If you go there, it's so simple. What? You know, and with the countries that have free speech, guess what? You have free speech. And one, you shouldn't be censored for saying it. And two, stuff like what happened to Charlie Kirk should not happen. This is something that hit me deep because that was disgusting. And even more disgusting was seeing these videos of people celebrating, basically dancing on the man's grave. Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. I wouldn't want that or say or wish that for anyone on the other side or anyone in general. That just is so disgusting. I don't want to see stuff like this. We need to get back to talking. We need to get back to being able to disagree, to agree to disagree and live our lives. Because I don't agree with every word you say doesn't mean I deserve to be put in the ground. It's insane. I really hate the times that, like, I hate what we're seeing all over the place. But anyways, I digress on that.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was judged a lot from people for moving here. How dare you to go to such a place? But in the end, I know the rules here. I follow the rules, and I respect the house I'm living in. So I think that's also something which is very important. If you're going to another place, you check the rules, then you know the rules, and then you're respecting the rules. And here, I know the rules, I respect them, so I don't have any problems.
Exactly, man. The way I see it, you go to someone's house and they want you to take your shoes off, you're going to take your shoes off. Yeah. You go to someone's house, they have the rules of that house, you respect the rules of the house. Simple.
But it's getting a problem if someone, and that's happening in Switzerland and especially in Germany, if someone is telling we have rules, we have a constitution, we have freedom of speech, and then the state is handling against that. So if you're calling a politician, I think there was a case in Germany, he was called Schwachkopf or something like this, and then police came in the evening and they raided his house. And yeah, I think on one side you have in the constitution freedom of speech, and on the other side police is doing the exact opposite of it. And I think that's the problem that we have, especially in Germany. Not as big in Switzerland, but I think we're also getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole people getting arrested too in the UK for social media posts, brother. What are we doing? Like, this is just that's the free speech. Now, you have to loop in also when we're talking about free speech. You have to loop in the people that were dancing on the grave of someone, and this is just a recent event. Dancing on the grave, celebrating, mocking, this horrible thing. That's still free speech. We cannot jail them for it. We cannot do something to these people for it. Are they in the wrong? Yes, but it's still under free speech. I'm not agreeing with them, but that's still under free speech. And now, you're looping the digital ID that the UK is putting in place. I'm not sure how that's going to affect everything. I don't know. You've driven this far this month, we're cutting you off. You've had this much beef or whatever, or you've had this much entertainment, we're cutting you off through your digital ID. I don't know if that's just stuff that are ideas that have been thrown out there. I'm not sure that's how it's going. But also Switzerland just voted for digital ID as well. I don't know if you knew that. And it's like, it's kind of like, what's going on though? It's really weird. But anyways, back to free speech. Free speech is needed to be a thing. It's got to be, because who's to say what's legal or not legal or offensive or not offensive? That can mean anything for so many different people. So it's wild. But yeah.
Yeah. So that's something you have to mention. If you're coming here, it's a different culture,
right? And
you have to behave, and you won't have any problems. And I think that's quite nice. If you're coming here, you know the rules, and then you also know what you will get in exchange for this.
Yep.
And in the future, in a globalized world, I think this world is getting more and more globalized.
Yeah.
Also for and we have to adapt. We have to adapt, and we have to look for your opportunities all around the world, because things are changing fast, and we have to change, or we will have big problems.
Always have to adapt. That's for sure.
Mm.
Always have to adapt. But yeah, man, it's crazy stuff. Overall, we got to keep a positive outlook on everything. I like to stay positive about everything. I like to speak positive. I like to, if there's a negative, like if you and I disagree on something, I like to, at the end of the day, have it be a positive outcome instead of not talking. Because once people stop talking, when people stop talking, that's not good. Because then you have this group that agrees with this group that agrees with this, and clashes. And I mean, we all know what comes out of that way down the line.
Yeah.
So having open conversations, talking to each other, I think is so vital. I think is so important. But doing everything respectfully, I think is also equally important. Yeah, I think it's
I think I also want to state that I don't hate Switzerland. I love Switzerland. Mm-hmm. Swiss people are really amazing.
100%.
But I think we have to talk open about certain things, and we have to talk also about the fact that the world is changing, and Europe isn't the center of the universe anymore.
No.
So if you're here in the UAE, you will see that there are a ton of Indian people, for example. I think in India there live 1 billion people, and you will see that Europe, if you're living here, Europe is just a little part of the whole world.
Yeah.
And I think that would be very good if people in Europe are opening their eyes and see what's happening, and also seeing the chances, because Europe people are, I think, everywhere in the world are respected for their education and for their values, and there are a lot of chances out there.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, in the UAE, I don't know. I personally, it's just been an idea in my mind, and you'd probably be the first person I would contact to start because I'm into aviation. I'm trying to get my pilot's license, this and that, whatever. But I thought about starting a business for aviation detailing, and I thought Dubai would be a great place to do it. I'm sure they have many already, but if I do that, I want to give you a call. I know that much.
Okay, yeah. So in the start, we talked about the Swiss military, and I want to justify or to clarify something, because I wanted to say, and then we get another turn, because I was in Swiss military, but then I left, because in Swiss military also bad things are happening, and so I don't want to say that I'm this I'm pro Swiss military and everything is fine there. So it also has its problems. So I just want to clarify that, because I think if everywhere there are hierarchies, or how do you say it in English?
Yeah, hierarchy.
If there is
hierarchies,
I think can be also problems with power. And I was stationed deep in the mountains, in the mountain, so there was no civilization around, and so deep in the bunkers, and so no social control. And there you can see what this does to people if there is no social control, even in Switzerland. So this was an experience which changed my view on Switzerland also, beside a lot of other things.
Okay.
And that is so I just wanted to clarify that, because if someone is watching who's knowing me,
yes.
And I'm not pro
just to clarify
military.
actually.
Now at Christmas we come back. We are staying there for until I think March or something like this, and then we are going back. So yeah, March or April,
Cool.
and then we are going back. So yeah, we also live quite a digital nomad lifestyle. That's also one big argument for setting up a business in the UAE, because you only have to be here all 180 days once. So if you're going away and you're coming back after 150 days, your visa is still valid.
Okay.
So you can be a digital nomad, have your setup here, and can legally travel around the world. But you have to pay attention that you don't get taxed anywhere else. But if you know the rules, and that's also a part of our business, know the rules of the different countries, then you can do it all legally.
So let me just see if I got this straight. So you can be only 1 day out of 180 days in to actually be there? Whereas here it's like 6 months, right? Or 3 months in Switzerland.
Yeah, so I'm talking about the visa. So if you go out of the UAE and you come back before 180 days, your visa is still valid.
Oh, okay.
So you won't lose your visa. So for people from, for example, from Germany or from Switzerland who are moving here, they are living here for half a year, and then they decide, I want to travel to Thailand, I want to travel to Bali, I want to travel even back to Switzerland or back to Germany. There are ways, legal ways that you can do that and still profit from taxes here in the UAE, as long as your center point of living, so in German, your Lebensmittelpunkt is here, and you don't break the tax rules in another country. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's looking very appealing over there, the UAE. I loved it when I went.
Yeah.
It's magical.
Yeah.
It's like another world, really. But you look at the rate that they built. If you look like 1990s, look at it today, it's insane. So it's like brand new. It's a brand new world over there. It's crazy. And so
absolutely.
Cool.
I was here 2013 the first time, and it's looking completely different.
Really? Because that's 2013 or 14 when I was over there. And it's looking even more different. It's wild. They're building more islands.
Yeah, they're building more islands now. The second Palm is built. So Palm Jebel Ali. First one is Palm Jumeirah. Now they are building the houses on Palm Jebel Ali, which is even bigger. Bigger. Oh my God. It's just amazing. I have a friend that has a house on the first Palm, and I went to visit, and I was just like, it's just amazing. It's so cool. And I love the engineering aspect of it too. It's beautiful. It's like, you can see it from space. You can live on there. It's man-made. It's awesome. It's really cool. Yeah. It's very impressive, this place. Yeah. And they're building another one that's even bigger. That's crazy. And so I think it's finished now, and they are building now the houses on it. So yeah.
And what about, I saw a documentary of them building like the World Islands or something like that. Did that ever get finished? Or I think they actually maybe scrapped that idea. Which you know which one I'm talking about?
So I think, the Earth. Yeah, the Earth it's called. So every country has its own island. So yeah, I think they are now building different hotels there, and just building it up, but not on every island there is a house. So I think you can still buy Switzerland if you want.
You should get Switzerland, man. You should get a part of it.
Yeah.
That would make so much sense. Use it as a selling point. Listen, guys, I'm Swiss. Give me a discount, okay?
but I think I will need some millions on top,
Yeah,
million Swiss franc or
a few million. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not cheap over
You
there.
know,
That's one thing I know is
yeah.
not cheap. Even
Yeah.
even one of the less great places, like if there even is, it's super expensive. But
Yeah,
awesome place to live.
but I think it then, yeah, there are two ways. There's this expensive world, but you can also live like a normal person here. So here, for example, there is a shop called Viva,
Yeah.
which is like the Aldi or the Lidl in Switzerland. So you even have German products there, and it's even cheaper if you go shopping there. Your groceries or something like this is even cheaper than in Switzerland, or I think even cheaper than in Germany. So you can also live a very normal life here. You don't have to be rich or yeah.
I'll say if they have a Lidl, mark me down. I have a Lidl directly under me. I go all the time. I love this place.
Oh, okay.
What about
Yeah.
so, McDonald's? You know, because Switzerland has the most expensive Big Mac in the world, right?
Okay.
So what's a Big Mac cost in terms of CHF there, or do they even have it?
Yeah, they have McDonald's, but you have to Google it. I don't go to McDonald's, so
Okay.
yeah, you have
That's
to
fair.
Google it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
How much is it?
So, yeah, but in general, I can tell something about it.
Okay, go for it while I look it up.
Here, you order everything. So that's also a big advantage. If you need, for example, a phone, or you need a cable for your laptop, or you need even a camera, you can order it and it will arrive 1 hour, maximum 2
No,
hours.
are you
at your
kidding
door.
me?
Yeah, no, that's
better than
true.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's much faster. And even all your groceries, usually you don't go to the shop, so you order the groceries because it's
Brother, hold on.
about the same. Yeah.
You weren't lying. Big Mac sandwich in terms of CHF is $4.55 to $5.20.
Okay.
I mean, here in Switzerland, it's like $17.
Okay.
17 Swiss francs.
Okay.
That is so much
That
cheaper.
expensive.
Yeah, I guess I need to book my flight and just move over to there to Abu Dhabi or Dubai, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cheap. That's really cheap compared to Switzerland. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's really crazy. That's wild.
So if you're earning in Swiss francs, the Swiss franc is getting stronger and stronger against the dollar, against the EAD, against the dirham. So yeah, that's also a big advantage if you're earning, if you have clients in Switzerland. So we also have still our management consultancy in Switzerland. So this is also a big plus if you're
Very
earning in
big.
Swiss franc, and you have this advantage. So
Wow. So that's
yeah.
good on you, brother. That's a good call. If you can earn in Swiss francs, yeah. Smart man. Smart man.
And also for all, and it's a part of our business consult, also digital nomads from Switzerland. But I think in the future, now a lot of digital nomads are choosing, and don't know if you heard about this, but this US LLC structure.
No.
Did you hear about this? Or okay. So yeah, that's a world for itself. But I think in the future it will get harder for people which are digital nomads to get bank accounts. For this reason, it's very important to have one point where you're set up, where your business is set up, and where you're living, and then you're going from this place to all other places. Because now a lot of people are just exit, for example, Germany, or exit Switzerland, and they are using US LLC, which is still a good structure, but it's getting hard to get bank accounts, because the bank in the end also wants to know where the person which is owning the company is living, and paying taxes.
Yeah.
So
I had a problem when I first moved to Switzerland to even get a bank account because I'm an American. Even my wife, because she lived in the States, because she is married to an American, she also had trouble getting a bank account. And I also had trouble getting a bank account in Switzerland because of the crisis back in 2008, 2009 and all that stuff that happened, which I'm sure you know about. Oof, took me forever. They wanted like fingerprints, hair samples, not really, but this is what it felt like to open a bank account here. It was really crazy. So it's very interesting though. But yeah.
So I think for US citizens all around the world, it's the same problem a little bit. They have very good banks in the USA, but if you're going to another country, I heard about that. Yeah.
No, it's a nightmare. It's a true nightmare. And one thing which brings me back is I don't shop a lot, but when I do, I like to have my options so that I can match it with my price range. Because I think you know what I'm about to say. And there is no Amazon here. And I love Digitech. I love Galaxus. It's just not the same. They've got like one or two of the things, and they're going to be the most expensive every time. Yeah. So, which I want to loop back to what you were saying. You order something, you get it like an hour later or something like that. What?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Yeah. That's an application called Noon here. Noon. So you go on Noon and you will find everything, and then you can you can order a camera, or you can order a phone, an iPhone, and it will arrive.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
So
here,
is this like their Amazon?
Yeah, you can. There is all Amazon is also here, but I think most of the people are using Noon.
Well, yeah, if they can get it to you that quick. Under an hour?
Yeah, and if they are too late, you get a voucher.
No way.
Yeah. That's quite interesting.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
my
for people who love tech, this is it must feel like heaven.
Oh, absolutely. And I do love tech. I do love tech.
Yeah.
I don't spend money. I mean, I'm not rich anyways, but I don't spend money. But if I do, it's probably on tech. Like anything that's going to have a potential to make me money for the most part. I don't buy anything just for fun, you know? But wow, under an hour. That's really, because that's not an easy feat. They're in the desert.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing place, but it is in the middle of the desert. Let's be real. So to get stuff this quickly is cool. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Amazon's got some work cut out for them. A competitor.
It's a big advantage. Yeah, it's a big advantage. Yeah, and also other things. You can also order a massage and order the barber to your house, and it will be. I think I can order here a barber to my house, and it will cost me 25 Swiss franc. So it's half of the price.
It cost me 27 to go there. Here right now.
Oh, you have to go there. Okay. So you have a cheap barber in Switzerland. Usually I paid around 50 Swiss francs for my barber in Switzerland, and here I get.
And what's that consist of? Just the haircut?
Yeah, also the beard a little bit. So
yeah, that's just the haircut. 27 francs, just the haircut. Simple haircut. Yeah, for me. Man,
and
I remember. Yeah, go ahead.
And another interesting story, if we are talking about interesting stories and
Absolutely.
delivery, here, if you own a car and you want to buy gasoline, it's the same price if you go to the gas station, or if a little car or a little truck is coming and fueling up your car in front of your houses. Yeah,
mobile fueling. Yeah,
it's same.
That's another business I thought about starting, man. The mobile, like the mobile fueling.
Yeah, yeah, you have to.
What a world! I remember when I went there and I saw the car wash inside the parking garage. So you could park your car and they could wash it while you're getting your groceries. You come out, your car's washed right there in the parking lot. I'm like, what? What? Yeah, it makes the U.S. look like a third world country, which I understand that Switzerland considers the U.S. as a third world country, but also Switzerland technically is a third world country. Technically, but it's like a classification.
From this point of view, from this point of view, sure. So these services are really, really good here.
Yeah.
But I think that if you're doing business and if you're working remote, this saves a lot of time. And I think that's also an advantage if you're having a little company doing your first, or doing your money, you have your revenue. And if you're earning, I think as a Swiss person, if you're earning around 100,000 Swiss franc, for example, remote, it can make sense to come here, because you won't, at this amount, you won't pay any taxes here, and you can benefit from all the services. And so from a tax point of view, I think this is a big advantage, and also from the services. And
it's hard to start a business in Switzerland. It's more easy to start a business in the US, but I think, man, the UAE is a fantastic place to start a business. From everything that
Switzerland,
we've
you
talked
need
about.
on both places you need some capital, because business set up here also costs. You have the license fee. In Switzerland, you have to pay the capital for for a Swiss LLC, a GmbH, or a AG, and but it's not. That's another point, and big advantage here. The bureaucracy is not as big as in Switzerland. So everything is digitalized. So you're corresponding with tax authorities. All goes over a portal. Everything is very quick, and so this would be another advantage.
Yeah, I was looking into because I had one vending machine in the US, and I loved it. I loved that I had my little vending machine, and I was making good money for what it was at my age. And I was like looking at it in Switzerland. It's like there's one company that owns like all the vending machines in all of Switzerland. I'm like, man, like
I think it's Selecta, right?
Selecta. One company. I'm like, not sure how I feel about that. Where's the free market, But
you have to stand up now.
me and my one machine. I will fight the powers. Buy my Snickers bar or Ovaltine something. Man, do you miss Swiss products? Like Ovaltine?
That's a good question. Probably Swiss cheese. I would say.
Of course. Yep.
But you will get everything here. You will get, if you want it, you will get Swiss chocolate. True. You will, I think, even Swiss cheese. If you're looking for it, you will get it. You will pay a higher price for sure. So milk products, if they are imported, they are not as cheap as in Switzerland, for example, or in Germany.
Yeah,
but
makes sense though. I mean, that's just the logistics of it. That's what it is.
But I don't know. I think no. Swiss products. I don't. Sometimes, but everyone is telling this. I miss the Swiss forest, and also Swiss lakes. But you also have mountains here. If you go to other Emirates, for example, Ras Al Khaimah or Fujairah, these are other Emirates beside of Dubai and Abu Dhabi. There are also mountains, and if you're going to Oman, so the UAE are next to Oman, there are also a lot of mountains and forests, and
Let me ask you something.
So you can,
maybe you know this, and I just thought about it because it's more free, I guess you would say, over there. But if you wanted to own an aircraft, like if you wanted, like someone like myself, I wanted to move there, live in the desert. have my own aircraft, like a small plane. Do you know anything about like how free, not like crazy, like no licensing, but like how much easier is it? I don't even know if you know that
Oh,
information, but I was just something I just thought of.
yeah. If you want to, so it's your own aircraft. You don't want to lease it.
Mhm. Or maybe even so,
Okay,
because this
okay.
is something else I've thought about doing, owning my aircraft and then renting it out for student pilots and stuff like this. I've thought about doing it in the States. Switzerland is just not possible for me. I don't know what it would be like there, UAE, or if I even can without being a citizen. Don't know.
Yeah, I would have to check that, but I heard about leasing companies. So yeah, but I think you can't oppose, for example, commercial airlines like Emirates or something like this. That's for sure. But I think I don't know it exactly, but I think you can own, if you have the money, you can own your own little aircraft here and fly around if your license is recognized by the authorities here. But yeah,
Right.
I would have to look into it. Yeah.
That's something I've always also thought about doing, is just having my own plane and just do have your CPL, which is your commercial license, and then you just do shipping routes for people. You know, because this is a big thing there I know of, where, as you said, time is big, right? So maybe that's even what this service is in some cases. But if you have like these ultra rich who want things fast, they will charter a jet to get a figgy pudding from wherever by a certain time. And they don't care what they pay. They just want it. My wife worked for a company that dealt with a bunch of this, and the stuff that she saw they would order was crazy. And they would pay astronomical amounts for a cheese ball or something. It's crazy. Someone ordered a baby rattle over to a yacht, and that's it. So I could see doing this for a living because I want to fly, and I like to be very independent. So like maybe if I don't get into an airline at some point, maybe this is something I do, something I've thought a lot about. So I don't know. Maybe that could be the good place to do it. Big market.
Yeah. Money is here. Customers would be here for such services. If you get to the customer and they know you, I think you will have a market here. And also in the other states in this region, so Saudi Arabia is pumping up, and I think will also be a big player in the future. So you can see now that a lot of people who have been here in Dubai for 20 years, they are moving now to Saudi Arabia because there are even more chances than here in the UAE. So yeah, everything is moving fast.
I've seen the plans for the architecture in Saudi Arabia. It's crazy. It's because I mean they've got a lot of ideas that they want to do over there. There's so much money.
Yeah.
They've got so much money, man. They want to, and they even want to like be the biggest players in like esports, which is also, esports is bigger than music, TV, movies, all combined. And esports is like blowing up. I play video games too, and I watch these people that do it competitively. And I saw this dude win $80,000 within like 8 minutes because he was playing in a tournament. I'm like, what? I was like, what?
Yeah,
it's getting big. It's getting really big, this esports. And they want to be like one of the top owners of like esports teams. It's interesting stuff, man.
Yeah. Also in the UAE, I heard about this. Yeah, esports is growing, and they also want to be a hub for esports. And
exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be
crypto
big.
for sure. Yeah.
It's going to be very, very, very big because the way technology is moving, especially with AI, all this stuff, how you can build different games, and also we're at the beginning of it really with AI and how it's integrated with all that. That can be another podcast that I could go on about all day. Thanks for coming on, brother. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me and for having me.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we see each other in the UAE one day, or in Switzerland if I
have a fondue on the mountains, brother. Oh, yes.
Yeah, or a raclette.
Or a raclette. Are you okay? Are you a
Yeah.
raclette or a fondue
Yeah.
guy?
I'm more a raclette guy.